welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking all about all of the different luggage items that I have. So I've had several questions slash one request, and I'm telling y'all, it takes one request and I'll do a video on it. Like, I don't wait for like 50 people to ask me something. So if y'all ever want to see something in depth, I mean it, just leave a comment, message me, let me know, and I will film it. But a request on how I've been using all of my Beis, what's worked out, what hasn't. And then I've been wanting to do a luggage review. So once that came in, I was like, you know what? Now's the time. Especially because I just reordered something. So what I'm gonna do in this video is go over all of the different travel items that I have had. I'll have photos for the items that I've sold and just go over pros and cons on everything. So let's go ahead and start with my Delsey luggage, because that's the oldest. Say hi to Mira. That's the oldest luggage that I have. And so I really love the suitcase. I really love the line. I think it looks so nice. And I am a carry-on packer only. I mentioned that a lot, just for new people who like find the channel or find these videos. So I only travel with a carry-on item and a personal size item, and that's it. I rarely check bags. The only time I think I've ever checked a bag within the past like 5 years is when my sister gave me stuff. And it was technically for my mom, and I like checked a bag. And then I think recently when I was in California, I had to check a bag because I bought so much stuff. But typically that's the only time I check a bag. So for me, maximizing the maximum amount of space that you can have is essential. And so that's why you'll always see that the items that I carry are larger, because I will fit 2 weeks worth of stuff in this suitcase. I will not check a bag. And I've done like a week and a half. That's the most I've been able to pack. So yeah, a little context. But with the Delsey luggage, I really love it. The only reason I even got the Beis was because I bought so many Beis items, started doing the Beis video, and then I actually ended up getting this for free with reward points. And so I do love it. I will say that. I just alternate between the two. And honestly, for me, I like both of them. They're both durable. I say that I only got that because I got the reward points, but I still wanted to try it. And I know eventually I'll want like a larger suitcase to check in, and I'll probably go with the Beis route because it's cheaper and they're durable. But I wouldn't have gotten really anything else because I just love the Delsey. It's functional. It works great. I've had this piece, I think, for several years now, probably like, I want to say 5. Like, I feel like it's been a bit. And so it's holed up really well. I think the only damage that's on here is because of how I stored it in my closet. So yeah, I really love it. It's been checked, I think, a few times maybe. You know, when you go to the airline, the plane's full and they like just start taking bags, especially on like smaller flights. But other than that, like it's holed up really well. And so I will say the carry-on's a great item. I also think Delsey is just incredibly made, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. And then I think too with the Beis, one thing that I will point out with the Beis is that it does have this right here, which is nice to hold on to a bag. When I had my Keep All 45 that didn't have a strap, I put that on here. You can let people, you know, carry hats, bring that on. If you buy something, have a lunch, you want to strap it on there really quick while you're like, you know, going around the airport, that does actually come in handy more times than you think. But overall, I love both. I honestly recommend both. The deciding factor, to be completely transparent, is based off of whatever personal item that I bring, because I like matching, as y'all know. And so that's ultimately what makes my final decision on which one I use. Now that I don't have my Keep All 45. So that brings me to the Keep All 45. I had an Epi leather, and I'll have the image on screen. Keep All 45. I absolutely love it. And that's when I ended up selling my original Beis carry-on, because I knew I was only going to want to use that one. I just loved it so much. And I ended up selling it because it didn't have a strap. So one of the things that I've noticed with personal items is that it has to have a strap, and that's the only way. Like, it has to be versatile. Like, my personal item has to be versatile just to make it more convenient when traveling. But I, you know, pushed through it for the first few months of me having the Keep All 45. Then I ended up selling it just because I learned that I prefer the strap when traveling, especially since I was traveling so frequently. So I sold that. I got the Louis Vuitton sack flannery 50, and it was great. I really liked it. It was a monogram piece, and I just really learned that I don't want to travel with monogram pieces. I just think it's too loud, and for safety reasons, I travel solo a lot for work and, to visit friends and things like that. And I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable traveling with it by myself. And so for that reason, I didn't think it was a good piece to keep in my collection. And so I sold it. I did love it overall. If they had a mix between the Keep All 45 and the sack flannery, like if the sack flannery came in an epi leather, I would instantly buy that because I loved it. Or if they can come out with the Keep All 45 that's epi leather and gold, I would love it. And so that's why I sold both of those pieces. I love them both. They weren't like the perfect fit for me when it comes to how I prefer to travel. Which brings me to the Erin Condren Weekender bag. So this is a recent purchase. As y'all know, I purchased the linen version and honestly wasn't a fan just because it got scuffed when I had to check it. But the interior was floral and I'm not a floral person. So I ended up, even though yes, I do have floral wallpaper, if you see that in the background. But I don't know, for me it's different. That's more like vintage looking. But I ended up giving that one to my mom and she loves it. I really love this piece, and honestly, I think for me, it would be perfect. It's just missing one feature that I wish it had, and that's the reason why I purchased the Beis luggage, which is the like trolley pass through, and I'll get into that in a second. What I love most about this, there's a tech compartment in here. You have these two external pockets, which you can fit a book and an iPad mini in, which is really convenient when you're like, this is your personal item, because you can just instantly grab those before takeoff and instantly put them in. You don't have to open up your full bag to get stuff out. So I really love that feature of it. Like, I think these two are the best things about the Weekender is when you're traveling, it makes it so much easier to fit what you need in here. Or you can even fit like a water bottle in here and instantly grab it, and you don't have to dig through your bag throughout the entire plane ride. You also have a back zipper, which I threw like my phone in, I think, and my wallet when we were going through TSA. So it's nice, zipped and secured. Again, the only thing that I really like and what I love most about Beis is that you have a trolley pass through. This kept falling off my suitcase, and I just wasn't a fan. It was too thick that I couldn't like hook it onto here, and I like it for it to sit up. I tried like tying it to here and it would still fall off. I even have my a Keep All 45 organizer fits in here, and it just like kept falling. And so that's the only thing that I think this is missing. If they come out with a version that has that, I will probably buy it because I do love this piece overall. It's great. It fits, very well underneath the seat. I really, again, love the pocket feature, but I just need it to be able to stay securely on my suitcase. So that's a little bit about the Weekender. And then we go into the underseater from Delsey. This is a really great personal item. However, I would only recommend this as a personal item. So with the carry-on luggage, you can roll it around in a 360 view. This only goes front and back. It doesn't have a 360 turn capability, which is very inconvenient when you're trying to roll it at the airport, to be completely honest. So I hope that they remake this and change how it rolls. But I do plan on selling this. I'm going to clean it up a bit and sell it because I just don't like that. And it's very hit or miss when it comes to airlines. So I've mentioned this in other videos in comments in other videos when people have asked about this piece. So it does fit. It is considered a personal item. But as y'all know, some airlines, like the aisle seat is slightly smaller. The middle seat can be larger. And it really all depends on where you sit. So this fits perfectly in every middle seat that I've ever been in, but it doesn't fit in all aisle seats. And I think that happens a lot with like personal size items. I wish they made them all the same, but they just don't. And so you have to be careful of where you sit when you want to use this piece. I use just this and a tote, or actually just this and this bag in my most recent trip to Oregon. And I I don't know. I was already debating selling it because I have other personal items that I prefer to use. But when I realized like it doesn't go front and back, and then like I've known by just traveling with these two pieces, it's hard to fit under some underseaters. I just realized I probably am better off just selling it because I have other like options that I prefer. And I'm honestly only probably keeping it because it matches and it looks really great, which it does. But I think I'm going to end up selling this piece. I do think I'm going to end up selling my Weekender, just because I know, again, they don't work for me. Speaking of other bags that just didn't work, I purchased the Beis backpack. I really liked that this zipped all the way and it could open up. Again, I'll have links to the unboxing / review videos because I go in depth on all of these. But I really liked that this could go open up all the way and then it could fit a good amount. I'm just not a backpack person. I tried it once. I liked it, but I just feel like I can fit so much more in totes, and I think I just prefer totes as opposed to backpacks. Although I do see how it's convenient to be able to just put it on your back, but I don't know. I'm not a backpack person, so it was great. It's not my preference. And so I did end up selling my backpack, and then that brings me to my Beis work tote. So I still have this and I do like it. I don't know why I don't lean towards it more. It's not too heavy initially, but I think it's because it's just like a regular tote. I like the structure. It has a laptop compartment, but I think I just prefer the Weekender because of the different compartments that it has, like the Beis Weekender. I still like this bag and it's great when I needed to take it to school. I think I used it once. It fits a great amount, but I don't know, for some reason, I just prefer the Weekender over this tote. I can't put my finger on it and give you all a real reason why, but I think it might just be like a preference. But I still do have this bag and still like it. I feel like I can fit more in the Weekender than the tote, and that might be why I lean towards that one. And then that brings me to my Beis Weekend. So let's move this on top of here so y'all can get an idea. Again, my favorite thing about this is this trolley pass-through. What I really love is that it's also convertible, so you can turn this into a back pocket if you need. But I just overall think this is one of the best personal items that you can use. It has a detachable strap, and I have an in-depth video on this from when I originally bought my first one. So I'll have it, and I have individual videos, I think, on most of these, as well as pack with me's. So I'll link the individual videos below, as well as my playlist to pack with me's, if y'all want to see different ways to use all of these. So I just want this to be more of like a high-level overview, going over the pros and cons. One thing that I will say is that I do like the pocket here, because again, I can put my wallet in here, similar to the Erin Condren Weekender. And so it's easy to go in and out when you're checking in through TSA or paying for stuff at the airport. So I love that piece. I do wish I had, again, those external pockets so I can put things in, like my tablet and different things like that, to easily pull out on the trip. I will have to, open this up and take everything out when on the flight, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's just the convenience factor. Like, I really love that part about this bag. But you have a padded laptop case. This one's probably the most supported for laptops in here. A large side pocket here, and then just a lot of room to pack different items. And then you have a separate compartment down here, which can house different shoes, house cosmetics, straighteners, whatever you want. You can use it so many different ways. And so I do think the Beis is my favorite as of right now, with like the current configuration and just how I travel. So that's why I ended up repurchasing it. I did sell it because, again, as I mentioned, I got the Keeple and then just thought I would always use that. But then that strap, like not having a strap, became an issue and I instantly regretted it. If you saw my most recent pack with me / travel vlog, I was actually going to go look at a new backpack or something. And I was looking for this bag at Nordstrom. and they unfortunately didn't have it. They only had like the anniversary sale one. So I did end up rebuying it. That's how much I love it. So I hope that speaks volumes as to how much I really like it. But it fits very nice over the shoulder. It's just so versatile. It fits so much. It's like the max capacity that you can put underneath the seat, and it's like a little bit more malleable. So that way, if you're in like an aisle seat, because I prefer the aisle seat if I'm traveling alone, because I use the restroom a lot, you can like kind of like shift it down a little bit more and make it fit wherever you need to make it fit. So I do prefer this piece. They do have a newer version of this style where this is detachable and it can be turned into a packing cube, which I think is cool. I won't do that. I won't need it. I need to maximize my space. So I just got the regular one. So yeah, that is a little overview of all of my travel pieces. Little update on what I've sold, what I've kept, the newest re-addition to my collection. I will have a pack with me soon when I go to residency. I'll be packing for, I think, 1 full week and probably just these two. And so I'll share how I am using this and packing both of these for that trip. So yeah, other than that, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.